$1,000 that the next one is also going to be a real humdinger of a final, as we see Malaysia take on Indonesia in the mixed doubles. Following that will be the women's singles, and then rounding out finals day here at the Jidong Dome in Balikpapan will be the men's doubles. Look at how the pairs made it through to the final. Both of them won in straight games in their semi-finals. And it was, in fact, the Indonesians that had to work a little bit harder in their quarterfinal, where it went to 3 games, having lost the first game against the Chinese pairing 21-14, and then fighting their way back to claim the second and third game. But that is history now, as they prepare to do battle in the final. Malaysian pairing are ranked, or seeded rather, 3 in the tournament. The Indonesian pair are seeded 2. Tan Kian Meng and Jing from Malaysia against Ronald Alexander and Melati Daeva Oktavianti from Indonesia. That is the lineups for the mixed doubles final here at the Yonex Sunrise Indonesian Masters 2016, as the Malaysian pair make their way out onto the court. Jing is another player who doesn't smile too often until the end of a match. And listen to the noise as the Indonesian pair make their way out. Even though they've got the support, not sure they're going to crack a smile either. So this will be a really intriguing battle. The Malaysian pair have only played against Indonesian opponents throughout the tournament, which is unusual in any tournament. So maybe they might feel that's an omen that they're up against an Indonesian opponent in the final. When they played here last year, the Malaysian pair of Tan Kian Meng and Jing lost in the opening round to the Indonesian pair Nugroho and Marissa. Tan Kian Meng, just 22 years of age, 185 centimetre, comes from Johor Bahru, up near the border with Singapore. Started playing age 9 for the Pontian club in Johor Bahru. His partner, Jing, she comes from Kuantan in the state of Pahang. 24 years of age, just a few years older than her partner. 160 centimetres, one of the shorter players. But never misjudge that, because she is one pugnacious individual. As I said, they played against Indonesian players in every round of the tournament. Toughest one they had was really in their round 2, where they were stretched to 3 games, and it took just over an hour. They've beaten one seeded team, and that was in the semi-final when they beat Sabaktia and Dili. Turn our attention now to Indonesia, and Alexander, 22 years of age, 180 centimetres, comes from Bitong in the North Sulawesi region of Indonesia. His partner, Melati Daeva Oktavianti, she comes from Serang, and that is in the Banten region. She's just 21 years of age, a little bit younger, 168 centimetres, which is 5'6" in the old language. And their path to the final, well, they were fairly effective in the semi-final, winning in 34 minutes. Their quarter-final actually took 52 minutes, not 22 as listed there, to play the 3 games, and that was a tough battle for them over the Chinese pair of He and Du. And we look at whether they've played each other as pairs. They haven't ever before, but Oktavianti played against Tan Kian Meng when they both had different partners And on that occasion, she was victorious. That was in the Taipei Grand Prix back in 2015. Umpire for this match is Chandana Nilanta from Sri Lanka. And the service judge is Sergio Cabrera from the Philippines. It's going to be a deafening hour. There's no doubt about that. I would be very surprised if there are any supporters for Malaysia inside the stadium. It seems as if every single person is here to see Indonesia climb to the top of the podium.
Indonesia. And on my left, Kian Meng, Beijing, Malaysia.
So it will be Malaysia to serve, and it will be Jing to get us underway. And the first point goes the way of Indonesia. Drops in, good shot to the back of the court from Alexander. Beijing just having to almost whisper in the ear of King Meng because of the noise so great. And that's too long, so Malaysia on the scoreboard with their first point, and service goes to Tan. Too strong from Alexander, near to the net. Tan just maybe pushed that a little bit too high and gave an easy backhand cross-court smash to Alexander. And that is better from Tan, straight into the body.
2-3.
Beijing just looking towards her coach in the corner. It's a pat on the back from Tan. Into the net. Good work at the net from Oktavianti. From Lai, so 5-2, Indonesia move further ahead. Right, word in the ear from Alexander. Good return from Tan. And that did drop in, which was good news for Malaysia. Beijing going deep into the backcourt and just landing inside the line. 3 plays 5. That's good from Tan. 4 plays 5. Tan Kian Meng, who switched to doubles from singles in August 2014. He's just changing his racket. May well have broken a string. Paging. Yeah. Quick word with Tan before he resumes service.
Okay.
And Alexander wins service straight back for Indonesia.
Service over. 6-4.
It's one of those shots where Tan's racket was not sure whether to go high or low. And Alexander again splits the Malaysian pair.
7-4.
Alexander getting great height, 180 centimeters of him. Hitting the shuttle at the highest point. And that's better from Tan.
Service over. 5-7.
5-7. Malaysia stay in touch. No paging with a good service.
7.
Alexander goes into the net. And that's a really good, powerful return from Melati. Daeva, Oktavianti, close to the net. Aimed at the body of Tan. 8-6, Oktavianti to serve. And Lai just miss hitting that. That's cool, good. There's a little bit of hesitation, everybody looking to the line judge. It was a very, very good cross-court shot, again from Oktavianti. Just dropping inside the line. 10 plays 6.
Service over. 7.
Service goes back to Malaysia. So Tan to try and close the gap before the change of ends. Fly just overhits that one. So it is 11-7 in favour of Indonesia. In fact, I didn't lie, I missed service. It was Tan's return. So a good start from the Indonesian pairing, which will thrill the crowd here at the Jidang Dome. Of course, the Indonesian Badminton Association formed in 1951 and joined the World Badminton Federation in 1959.
20 seconds.
Dick Suderman was
20
a
seconds.
key player in those days and was chairman for 22 years, and now the Suderman Cup is named in his honour. So badminton has a very special place in this part of the world, and that's why it's great to see
11.
such a noisy crowd getting behind their team, urging them on. It's a real test for
Play.
Malaysia, but I'm sure they will relish playing in front of such an atmosphere. That was good work by Lai at the net. In the end, Alexander playing it into the net.
11.
Lai just working away across the forecourt. Great agility shown. Tad, it's long.
Service over.
So at the moment, Malaysia struggling to hold their serve. 12 plays 8. The team, though, getting a really good run in terms of points. Most consecutive being 3 by Indonesia. And that was missed by both players.
9-12.
So Malaysia gets service back, 9-12. Straight into the net. Just not happening at the moment for King Meng. Just wonder whether the crowd is just rattling him a little bit. They've only played in a few finals together. They won the Vietnam Open earlier this year when they beat Taipei. And they've won service back again, so points being contested very, very evenly at the moment. Last 8 points have been unable to be kept on serve. Oh, that was a good shot from Tan.
11-13.
Very good shot. Comes across and angles it perfectly, just inside. Straight away, though, Indonesia gets service back. Not sure the Malaysians appreciated the announcement happening just as they were about to serve. But it was right into the body of Lai. Oktavianti to serve. Alexander into the net. So once again, we see the service switch sides, and Malaysia have a chance to close the gap. Still trailing by 2 points. And good, powerful smash from Tan. Means that now Malaysia are just a point behind Indonesia. And that has silenced the crowd just a little bit. Oh, and Lai, well, it was a good return, and Alexander just knew it was sailing out of the court, so just pulled away. Plays 13. Indonesia still with that 2-point advantage. Up at the back of the court, it appeared. I think Lai thought that Tan was going to take that. And now she does actually have a laugh about it. Well, she shaped to play it and then withdrew. 16 points to 13. Both look to their coach. There's nothing he can do in that situation. Not sure what put Lai off. I think it was something in the stand up behind her, the serve from Alexander. Or it may be that Oktavianti is completely shielding the serve from Alexander. I think that's what it was that she couldn't see at all. And that's too much from Oktavianti.
Service over. 14, 16.
14 plays 16. Oktavianti and Alexander have had their successes, won the Indonesian International in 2014 and also the Chinese Taipei Masters in 2015. Just too long and a wince from Lai.
17, 14.
She knew that wasn't far away. The idea again was good from Tan. Coach just sits back in his chair. Into the net it goes.
Service over.
This cat and mouse game just continues. Just 2 points the margin. Indonesia still just ahead of Malaysia. 10 to serve. Ooh, called out. Well, Lai is questioning that one. I, again, from my position high up, thought that maybe just landed on the line. And Tan just helping it forward. Does it land on the line? No. Well, that's, again, great camera work, shows it was just out. So the protestations are unvalidated. Indonesia now with a 3-point lead. Oh, and in the end, just too steep and shallow a return for Lai to be able to get it back. 19 plays 15. Lai did superbly with 2 returns just prior to that. Brilliant from Ronald Alexander. Alexander just toweling off under the lights inside Jidong Dome. It is incredibly warm. So Tan and Lai really up against it now. 2 game points. And that's out. So game point in favour of Indonesia. Level just raises another decibel. That was good from Lai. She set up that. Alexander having to stretch, just popping the return up so Tan could smash. Now they need a string of points, the Malaysians. Lai to serve. Try and stay in this game. And a good shot to the back of the court from Alexander. Seals the first game in this mixed doubles final. 21-16 in favour of Indonesia.
21-16.
And Tan just moved to cover the left-hand side of the court, and then it was played to his backhand, his forehand actually rather, as he was moving though to his left. High fives from Indonesia. 19 minutes it took to complete that first game. Malaysia though trailing now 1 game to love, having gone down 21-16. Malaysia was seeded 3, Indonesia seeded 2, which when you consider that the #1 seeds Praveen Jordan and Debbie Susanto withdrew from the tournament, these are the top 2 seeded teams playing in this mixed doubles final. So the fans are being treated to the 2 teams expected to make it this far. Two Indonesian teams in the finals today. The next one will be the men's doubles, which is the last match coming up. Next up will be the women's singles, which will be Thailand and Malaysia again, with Go Jin Wei, the 16-year-old sensation, playing in that particular match. She'll be coming up against the #1 ranked, or #1 seeded rather, Busanan Ongbamrunpan from Thailand. So the Malaysians first back out on court. Can they find a way back in this match? They lost the first game. They need to win this game.
Second game, love all. Play.
Alexander to serve for Indonesia. Power to the back of the court for Tan. Oktavianti, who just stepped in and showed a partner how to do it. Lai frustrated. See what she was trying to do. Service over now. Good return from Tan. And Malaysia will want to try and hang on to their serve. Only managed to hang on for 1 point. Was their maximum in the first game. And Alexander makes sure that statistic doesn't change at the moment. Over, goes back to Malaysia. Tan's chance now to try and secure some points for Malaysia. Alexander just asking for a pause. And just the return too high, and it's meat and drink for Ron Alexander. Just popped up high. He jumps and he smashes to the body of Lai Jing. And a good smash this time from Tan.
Service over. 3, 4.
So the last 5 points. Every time the team has served, they've lost their serve. Jing keeps serve. Again, it's a brilliant cross-court kill from Alexander. But sees service go back to Indonesia. 10 at full stretch. And then the left-hand side of the court opened up. Finally, one team manages to keep serve and score their own serve. Indonesian coach looking on. So too, Indonesia's coach. Neither of them looking to impress, but I just feel the standard being played at the moment is excellent from both teams, but just the execution being shaded by Indonesia at the moment. Drops out again, and Tan grimaces.
7-3.
Suddenly Malaysia find themselves again 4 points adrift. To the net from Oktavianti.
Service over. 4-7.
Well, what a shot.
Service over. 8-4.
That is just superlative, just over the top of the net and dropping like a leaf. And Tan with a good return this time.
Service over. 5.
3 points the margin. Service back with Malaysia and Jing. Malaysia managed to get their first point on serve in this second game. And make that their second point. Now they find themselves just 1 point behind. Oktavianti just playing into the net. Just gone for a quick drink, quick refreshment. Melati Oktavianti won gold at the 2012 World Junior Championships in Japan. Her partner then was Eddie Subaktia, who was playing in the semi-finals yesterday. And that's a third point for Malaysia on serve, and they've leveled up at 8 points apiece. Crucial point in this game. Poker-faced by Jing. And now she's frustrated. Alexander just letting that serve drop, and it was short. Service back with Indonesia. And it drops out again, and just too much air return is just setting up Alexander for the smash. And he's relishing it. Steep angle return. Just unable to be dealt with by Malaysia. Dropped in that one. So now service back with Malaysia. King Meng with the serve. Good work again by Alexander. Was taken from one side of the court to the other, but he put it onto the backhanded tan and then made him stretch on the forehand, and the stretch was just too far. So the change of ends, it's 11-9 in favour of Malaysia. Mentioned how the Malaysians lost in the opening round of this tournament last year. Well, the Indonesian pairing of Alexander and Oktavianti, they lost in the second round to the Indonesian pairing of Ahmad and Natsir. So they'll be very pleased that they managed to progress all the way through to the final. The 2-point advantage.
11.
And they've got service. Can Malaysia find a way back? They've stayed in touch, but at the moment just haven't really had the chance to take the game by the scruff of the neck. That's out. So service back with Malaysia.
11.
Work again by Tan. Alexander just getting his bearings wrong the few times he has in this match. Game rather. Good work by Jing at the net.
11.
Levels it up at 11 points all. Alexander's return, clipping the net cord and dropping viciously. Jing stretching to try and keep it in play. And all she could do was lift it back into the net cord, and it dropped her side of the net. Been ruled out, and Malaysia complaining again. Well, it even looked as if the Indonesian players thought this was in. Well, you might have to be the judge of that. Alexander just telling them to be quiet. officials be the judge. And the perfect response from Alexander. And the lead stretches to 3 points. And just playing so close to the body of Tan, it makes it very hard for him to return. And pushed out. Oktavianti stepping in and getting a quick return again. Return from Alexander. And then he finishes it off with an exclamation mark. And Indonesia are inching closer to victory. A touch that was from Oktavianti. She's so low and then just pops up her racket and just cushions the shuttle over the net on the acutest of angles. 17 plays 11. Indonesia, you feel, have one hand on the title. Jing into the net it goes, and that line call seems to have really thrown Malaysia. They've lost 5 consecutive points since the call was out and they thought it was on the line. And again, the luck is going Indonesia's way. Touches the net cord and just drops straight down. Oktavianti. Fist pump from her. They know victory is almost theirs. Jing will fight right to the end. That's just in her DNA. And Tan smashes to get the service back. 12 plays 19. Have only won 3 points on serve in the 2 games so far. They trail by 7. So it's going to take something really, really special from Meng and Jing to pull this one level if they can. There's 1 point.
13-19.
It'll be interesting to see how the crowd react if they get to within 1 point. Still a long way to go. And that's 2. Good work by Jing at the net. Malaysia showing a great fighting spirit. Trouble when the return is popped up high. Alexander says thank you very much and takes full advantage. There he goes, smashed into the corner. It is game and a match point to Indonesia with Ronald Alexander to serve. on, Tan is not surrendering yet. 15 plays 20. Malaysia win back serve, but they've got to win every single point now of the next 5 to stay alive in this mixed doubles final. Well, there's 1 point. Tan again does well with a smash down the centre of the court. Indonesia wanting a new shuttle. Malaysia saying, no, we'll stick with this one, thank you. Beijing to serve. Malaysia again needing every point to stay alive. Trailing 16-20. And they've got another point. Suddenly, the Indonesian players turn to their coach. 17 plays 20. Beijing serves again. Is it. Ronald Alexander, backhand smash close to the net. Oktavianti has gone onto her knees. The Indonesian players embrace. They go to their coach. Malaysian players were waiting at the net to congratulate them. The crowd are on their feet inside the Jidongdong here in Balikpapan. Malaysia made them work in the end for that victory. But Alexander and Oktavianti are the victors, and Indonesia have claimed a title here in Balikpapan, which is what the fans wanted. This was the final point. Alexander just firing it close to the net between the legs of Tan Kian Meng, and then sank to his knees in celebration. Indonesia just kept the pressure on Malaysia throughout the match, and in the end it paid dividends. 19 minutes in the first game, 20 in the second. Tan Kian Meng and Beijing from Malaysia losing to Ronald Alexander and Melati, Daeva, Oktavianti, 21-16, 21-17. Well, it will be the presentation ceremony in a few seconds, and expect a massive roar inside this stadium when they announce the gold medalists. So Malaysia making their way over to the podium. Runners-up again. This pair runners-up in the Polish Open and runners-up in the Malaysian Masters. Not far away, but today, fair to say that Indonesia were just too good. So they climb onto the podium. And a thumbs up from the Indonesian pair, not surprisingly. Good to see a smile from Beijing. And presenting the medals as he comes out applauding is Akwad Budiharto, Wazikjen, PP, PBSI. As Beijing gets hers first. And then Tan Kian Meng, who is the first to admit his father's made a lot of sacrifices for him to be in this position. I'm sure his dad would have liked him to be in first position, but we'll be no doubt pleased that he got first, and they'll be celebrating in the PB Jarum Badminton Club in Central Java, because that's where Oktavianti plays her badminton. And Ron Alexander gets his medal around his neck as well. Now we get the checks awarded by Mr. Berry Tamba from Yonex Sunrise, Indonesia. And $4,560 US for the runners-up, and just over 9,480 for the winners. And now they just get a souvenir, and it's Yopi Rosimin from Jaram Foundation presenting those souvenirs to the players. Confirmation, Tan Keng Meng and Lai Pei Jing from Malaysia, runners-up in the mixed doubles. And now the final part of the presentation, the flowers being presented by Zudi Yaya Ketua Koni Kaltim. He's representing it. Lai Pei Jing, I think, feeling she hasn't got enough hands to cope with all of the gifts she's being given. And so too, Alexander's struggling a little bit. I think the check has gone on the floor now. And he's learning from his partner how the best way to hold the medal, the flowers and the souvenir. Oh, smiles all around for the Indonesian pair who've been victorious. 2 games to love over Malaysia in the final of the mixed doubles. Our 3 games concluded now, and it has been a victory for Shir Yu Chi in the men's singles, then a victory to the Korean pair in the women's doubles, and then we've just seen a really emphatic win from the Indonesian pairing of Alexander and Oktavianti, the number 2 seeds in the mixed doubles. Next up is the women's singles, and that will be an intriguing game as well, as we have the number 1 seed playing against the number 8, the 16-year-old Go Jin Wei. And then after that will be the men's doubles, where Indonesia are looking to make it 2 from 2 finals if they can. So the women's singles, as we look at how the 2 players made it through to the finals. Go Jin Wei has not been forced to play 3 games at all in this tournament, whereas Busanan was taken to 3 games in her semi-final, so had to work a little bit harder against her compatriot to make it into the women's singles final. So confirmation that the Yonex Sunrise Indonesian Masters women's final is Busanan Ongbamrungpan against Go Jin Wei from Malaysia. Thailand versus Malaysia. And certainly Go Jin Wei is a player to look out for. So relaxed in the way she goes about her game. And to be fair, Busanan is also a very